While I am voting for the overall budget, I'm actually going to be later today introducing legislation along with Senator Shaheen and maybe a few other senators that would actually take this piece of the budget compromise out and replace it with another pay for. Now, the chances of whether that legislation gets through, we'll wait till next year. It won't hold up the budget, but I absolutely believe that, particularly on one of these small deals, that we shouldn't have singled out our military retirees to take an unfair hit. I've told our military families all along that when we get to a big deal, whether it's TRICARE, whether it's these military pay and retirement, just as when we look at Medicare and Social Security and Medicaid, all of these programs are going to have to share a little bit of pain if we're going to get our fiscal house back in order. And that's why I actually hoped this budget compromise would have been a bigger deal, would have been broader than 2 years, would have actually dealt with entitlement reform, dealt with revenues through reform of the tax code. But when entitlements and tax code changes were taken off the table, it narrowed the scope, and whether you're new federal employees making higher contributions or these military veterans getting a slightly smaller COLA increase, now it's still going to be an increase, but it will be slightly smaller, they feel singled out. So to my mind, this argues all the more for why we need that grander bargain where there's a little bit of shared sacrifice across the board. So to rectify that, I'm putting forward this legislation with Senator Shaheen. We'll have to see if it gets any traction, but I would like to avoid this being part of the deal.